What up there? Uh, this video is of my little 94 Toyota pickup. The headlights quit working. Actually, the headlight dims quit working. It happened a long time ago when I was in Utah driving home to Oregon, and the lights just shut off while I was going down the road. So me and my nephew had to fix the headlights so they'd aim downward, but I've been driving it ever since like that. The headlights aim down, but I recently got some new headlights here, and they're actually too bright. Everybody I pass flashes me, trying to let me know that my headlights are way too bright for them. So I'm trying to remember back to college. I think that was one of the symptoms, was the if you only have headlights, it's kind of like a safety feature if your headlight switch burns out. So instead of having the headlights just shut all the way off, they just stay on bright and the dims won't work. But I'll show you here in a sec. To get to the switch, first, well actually to do this switch, the headlight switch, I took the negative cable off the battery, took off this panel here, and collar around the steering column, the horn, and then the steering wheel. And then this is about what it gets down to. The switch is back here. One of my buddies gave me a turn signal switch and windshield washer switch, but it's got this part on it. That's what mine has, and here's the one he gave me, and that sucker didn't have one. But I took it apart, and the part that has the dim and bright is right here, and I think it's behind here, but I checked the number. It's got a 178855, and that same number is on the back of this one. So I'm actually gonna try to do some MacGyver shit and take the guts out of it. I already got it taken off right here on this old one, and I got the wiring right here, and so I'm gonna take this piece and put it on this one. To get the pins out, I just used a little small screwdriver, and you'll have to goof around with it, but from this side you push the little arm, and then the wires can pull through this way. So I was just going to do it one wire at a time until I get all these wires plugged into there where those ones were, and then I'll go and put some shrink wrap and tape them and put a zip tie on it as well. So I get this one fully functional to slap back in there, but I'll show you guys. To get this one off, after you get all that collar and the steering wheel, all that kind of stuff, this will just be sitting there over the steering column like that. And it's got 4 little screws that you'll see them. You got to look at it this way. You got to get those off, and then the wiring harness, it goes down under here, and you'll see this part. It's got a bendable tab right there, and then this, and all that's for is just to hold the wiring from getting caught in anything down here, or getting ripped out or whatever. And then you just disconnect these one at a time. I pulled this one out first, and then that one, and then you can just slide this after you get everything disconnected and the screws out. This just slides off. Then you got it in your hand, then you can take it apart, but I'll let you guys know if it works or not. But that's how you get a turn signal switch out, or a headlight switch. It's like a multi-switch or something, but good luck on yours. I'll let you know if this works or not. Okay, I have begun pulling the wires out. They came out nice and easy on the old one, but on this new one they had this little piece in there. And it fits right in between all these wires. I don't know if you can see that right here, but this little part right here, basically it fits all the way in there, but it snaps down in the groove, like right here. So if I had two hands, I could set this down there like this, slide it all the way down in between all these wires, and then it just snaps in place. And these little tabs right here hold it in there, but make sure you don't have one of these in there when you're pulling the wires out, because I was just about to get mad and rip this wire out, but it'll come out really easy now. Actually, let me try something. Okay, well, there's a little tab inside here, and make sure you're pulling out the right one, but it's that one. Hold that in there. Fuck, can't even see that. But anyway, when you hold that tab, the wire slides right out. But before you can do that, you have to get this fucker out of there. Okay, we got this part removed out of that multi-switch, and I had all the wires, I counted them, checked if they're in the right pins, or in the right connector holes. And then, one at a time, I removed, these are the original wires that are in my good multi-switch. I pull one of these wires out, grab the same wire off that switch right here, and then pull one out and plug that one wire in. So like that's a red and green. Pull that one out, put the red green in its place. Anyway, I went through, did that until I got them all in, and now I don't remember how I took this fucker apart, so I got all of its little screws and stuff in there. So that's what I'm gonna do next is cut back this zip tie right here, and then I know these three screws right here held this part on. I put a B on there for bad, I put a G on there for good, and Gordon, because that's my name. But anyway, the part I don't really remember is that part right there. So I gotta take those two screws out, these three back here, 1, 2, 3, oh actually 4, there's 4 of them, and then pop this part out, and then slap that one back in its place, put it all back together, and then throw that one away, or just take it off because its wires are just right here. So I'm gonna throw that away, or maybe I don't know, maybe I'll save it just for the pins or the connector or something. And then I'm gonna put it, once I get it back together, I'm gonna put it back on. But I'll show you guys here right quick. Okay, well you only have to take this side screws out. There's only 4 of them, because that one, it just pops off, and I didn't want to fuck with that thing back there, or this one on this side. I didn't want to mess with those 2 screws because I don't remember how it just fell apart in the other one. So I'm just going to put this back on like that. Tuck its wire into those little tabs right there. Zip tie and tape it up. Oh, I put this back in there too, this little gray part. Remember I talked about it earlier. But it just snapped right in. So I didn't want none of the wires popping out. So make sure you just take the 4 screws. Alright, dudes and dudettes, I got it all put back together. Got a little zip tie in there, right here. And got that back in. I got some electrical cleaner. I'm going to spray off some of that grease and that dirt and hair or whatever, all that shit that accumulates on there. But hopefully this sucker works. Oh, and then getting back to, I was just saying, I learned in school that that's a symptom of it. I actually tested this a long time ago, and I don't remember which wires I tested, but I remember there was power coming into the switch, but there was none coming out for the low beams, so that's where I had figured it out. But that was a long ass time ago. I just remember that now. But anyway, I taped it up, like right there, and then right there. So I'm going to go to slap it back on. Alright. Okay, I got this sucker back on. Well, not on, I just set it on there. But anyway, here it is in my hand. There's where it goes on. Oh, this is a 94. It's got a 2.4, the little 22 RE. I got some Honda seats in it. Pretty nice. I got a subwoofer back there. It's a Sony Explode. Got an amp for, I think it's a 800 or 400 watt. But I got a cool deck that I installed too. It's really messy in here right now. It's got a bunch of junk from work, but okay. Well, this just goes on there like this. It's got 4 screws that go in right here, and right here, right there, and right there. And then under here, this little, after you set the wiring harness in there, this is a bendable tab. This is like a little lock, a little plastic lock that keeps it in place. Make sure it doesn't get hurt or anything. And here's the connectors that they plug on. I think I pulled this one out first and then that one. I just cleaned them too. I sprayed them with some of that same electrical cleaner. And then he just bolted on. Oh, did they? Okay.
Is that good?
Yeah.
What do you mean, is it good? So what do you think?
I don't know.
Oh, what's that? Is that a new phone?
No, this is a camcorder. This is some good shit. Oh, but anyway, that's where you connect them. I'm putting it on YouTube. Help some niggas out. But anyway, they plug on right there. Then there's it's got 2 holes where 2 screws, and they just go up there, hold it in place.
How do you put stuff on your access?
Well, here, do that again.
What?
Okay, I got it back together. They're on right now. Are they on?
Yeah.
Okay, back.
Let's hit this high.
Okay, low. High.
High.
Low. Alright. Okay, that's good. Oh, then, I put these kind of terminals, they're called boat, I think they're called boat or RV terminals. But, the reason I like them is because, well, I tighten them with a plier. But they work good for, like, doing mechanic stuff. Like, if you're working on your car, which I am all the time, this little fucker is always breaking, or sometimes the belts, or starter. A while back there was a problem with the fuel pump not coming on, and I almost bought a fuel pump because I was at the store. I had money, but at the last second I decided to check in one of my ground wires on this computer. I can't remember which one it was, but one of them, I just left this panel off because for a while sometimes it wouldn't start, and then I have to wiggle the wires around and then it would start. Right now it still has a problem with it running kind of crappy sometimes, and it's just out of the blue too, so if I wiggle the wire sometimes it'll shut off, or sometimes it'll start. So that's one of my next little projects. These are some badass glasses. They're called Arnett's. They're made in Italy, but I get all the bitches with these. But anywho, I think I'm gonna try it tonight. I gotta go somewhere for this evening. Actually got a hot date, but hopefully the headlights work. I got some other stuff I'm gonna do too. Oh, I'll be posting videos later on because I'm gonna take the bed's a bit dented back there, but I'm gonna take the bed off, put a flatbed on it with a big fat roll bar, or I think that's a headache rack or whatever. I use this pickup for work and mechanic stuff, and I gotta fix the windshield, the fenders. I'm gonna make a bumper for the front. Here's where I hit a cow, but I gotta fix the under part. Actually what's bent is the radiator core support and the inner fender, which is down there. Not sure if you can tell, but yeah, it's just all mangled up, and straightened it. Got this sucker on there. I didn't want to touch it, but I put these new headlights on, and they were too bright, so now I got dims. And thank my buddy Donald for hooking me up with that part. Even though it's the wrong one, I got the little guts out of it, made it work. So good luck on your guys' little projects, and And they're just cars. It's just wires, metal, and electricity, and chemical reactions that make these things move. So it's all based on science. It's science, just like girls have little brains. It's science. Just joking. But anywho, good luck on your guys' little projects.